And that brought me to a lovely concept called happiness pyramid. Heard about happiness pyramid? Okay. It's not Egyptian, it's more American. Here, it starts with the base of the pyramid. S is sad. There are some people who could be sad for no reason. And we call it as chronic depression. They need psychiatrist help, they need a lot of help, and they need to come out of it. Which means even neutral events could actually invoke sadness in them. So obviously they need to be worked on medically. That's the base of the pyramid. Next is sad for the wrong reason. I think the good idea or a good example for that is Arun getting 600 more. I feel sad, you see. I guess that's not a very good reason for me to get sad. If I deserved more and I didn't get it, maybe it was the right reason to get sad. And right reason to get sad could include things like loss of something which is dear to us, and obviously we feel sad. It's a right reason to be sad. Coming back to the upper side of the pyramid, you have happiness for the wrong reason. I have an example for that. Next year, Arun was fired. Yeah, you see. I was celebrating now. And people said, Ram, did you get a rise? I said, no, he was fired, you see. No, I didn't do it. I made it up, okay? I'm a nice guy here. Okay. That's why I changed the name, by the way. You never know who is where, right? And then happy for the right reason. And believe me, I generally do it as a day-long workshop, which 30 people or so. The first step to the workshop is a self-evaluation. And the only question I ask them is, when do you count yourself happy? I have done it with about 5,600 executives, middle management and above, and 99% of the answer comes to this word, achievement, right? Something which leads to achievement makes me happy. And that is happy for the right reason. Now there is this apex of the pyramid missing, and that's a challenge for all of us to explore, right? And that is happy for no reason, right? And now if we can be sad for no reason, I'm sure logically the other end of the spectrum should also be true, which is happy for no reason. And that is what is called a general well-being. That's what is called as mental health. And let me give you a small example here. We use these two words, feeling and being. I think feeling sad comes in these two spectrum, and being sad somewhat comes close to this. And the challenge is not to work on this, but to work on the other side, which is being and feeling happy. When things go your way and things don't go their way for people whom you don't